In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a working LEGO Nerf gun. The gun has storage for 2 additional darts, and after we pull this back, then we can insert our dart into the front, and then we can fire. Now, let's put it to the test. The LEGO Nerf gun is even compatible with suction cup darts, so if we insert one of those and shoot it at a smooth wall, it sticks. Now, let's try using the scope. So we're going to pull that back and then insert our Nerf dart. Now, we can line it up using the scope. And if we focus the camera here, we got him. For the final demonstration, let's go bowling. The plunger is attached to rubber bands, and when we pull that, the trigger piece goes up in front of it. And then, when we pull that, it pulls it down, so then it can slide back that way. That is what hits the dart and launches it. So, let's remove these pieces so we can see the trigger mechanism a little easier. Only once that is pulled down, can the plunger then go forwards. To start out, we need 2 1x8 plates, and then we're going to use 2 1x4 bricks, one there, and one there. And then a Technic brick with 2 holes right there. And then we're going to use a 1x2 here, or we could have used a 1x6, and then a 1x4 right there. Now, let's set these aside for a second, and we're going to build the trigger. Start out with another one of those Technic bricks, but here, and use a 4 stud long axle, ideally with the stopper, and that's going to go in the right hole. So now let's lay that down here, and then take a 4 and 2 L lift arm and attach a pin right there, and then take either a normal 3 stud lift arm or one of these and attach 2 pins into its furthest holes, and then place it right there. Now we're going to set that down and take another 4 and 2 lift arm, attach another pin right there, and then a frictionless pin here and a 3 stud long lift arm there. Now let's take these 2 parts, and we're going to take this like this, and then this part is going to go through the axle hole. So we have the brick, the lift arm, which is the L, so it has that extra piece there, and then our 3 stud lift arm here. Now we're going to take the trigger and attach it here, so that way these are perpendicular at 90 degrees. So when we hold this and pull this back, it pulls that down. Now we can take what we built here, and that piece is going to go in that gap there. And then over here, we can slide this into the left hole, like so. Now let's set that aside. And let's take a 4x6 plate. Then we're going to attach a 1x4 to the bottom, and then a 2x4, and another 1x4 there. Now what we can do is connect all these pieces underneath like so. So it looks like that from the bottom, and that from the other side. Let's set that down for now. And we're actually going to flip this over. So once we have that flipped over, we're going to attach a 1x4 plate on there, and then a 1x8 brick there, or you could use 2 1x4 bricks instead. Now we're going to use an elbow plate, so it's a 2x2, and then it's just missing that 1, or instead you could use a 1x1 and a 1x2. Next I'm using another one of those elbow plates, or I could have just used a 2x2 plate if you have that instead. Now we're going to use a 1x2 Technic brick with a hole in the center, and we're going to insert a 3 stud long axle into it, then a half bushing, then a perpendicular Technic axle connector, and then another half bushing. Now we're going to take a rubber band. This is just a generic craft rubber band, it's a small rubber band, and now we're going to place that across from the other 1x2, so that way it's locked in place, that rubber band can't go anywhere. Now it's going to go around the trigger mechanism, so we're going to make sure that piece is lifted up, and then we're going to take our rubber band and just put it around that Technic pin. Now when we pull on that, it brings it down, but the rubber band brings it right back up. So let's grab a 4x6 plate and we're going to put that on top right there to hold it all together. Now we can see that when we pull on that, it brings that piece down and then it goes back up. So let's use a 1x4 on the front here, and then I'm using a 1x2 plate as a decoration. Now I'm going to use an inverted 2x2 slope on the bottom, and then I'm going to use two 1x1 bricks with the studs on the side, and those are going to go in the front corners here. Then I'm going to use two orange cheese slopes, and again, these are for decoration, but they also symbolize that it's a fake weapon. Be sure to never aim or shoot at anybody, always just shoot at targets. Now we're going to use a 1x4 brick and a 1x3 brick to make the complete wall. If we flip it around, we're going to do the same thing over here. A 1x4, a 1x3, and then a 1x8. Now we have a complete wall over here as well. Then attach a 1x4 to the very back there, and then we're going to use a 1x1 there and another 1x1 right there. Now it looks like this. Now we're going to flip it around, and on the front side here, we're going to attach a 1x6 plate and then another 1x6 plate. I'm just using a 1x2 and a 1x4 though. And then on top of that, we're going to use a 1x1 technic brick with a center hole in it. And then we're going to set that down and take another one of those bricks and attach a 4 stud long axle, ideally one with a stopper in it. Slide that all the way through and then add a half bushing all the way down so it just holds it in place. Now we're going to slide that through there and place it on there. So now we have that bar. Then we're going to take a 1x2 technic brick, place it there, and place a 3 stud long technic pin into the brick like so. Now take a 1x3 brick and a 1x1 brick, and then I'm using 2 more of the wedge pieces, so the 2x2 bricks with the little slopes. That way it's a little closer to a circle for the Nerf dart to go into. If you don't have those, you could use like a layer of plates and then just layer of flat plates. Whatever's going to hold a Nerf dart the best. That's fairly close. They could be dropped down a little bit, but it's close enough. This technic pin back here keeps the back end of it from going up too high. Now we're going to use 2 more 1x8s, one there and one there. Now we're going to set that down and we're going to build this. First, take a 15 stud long technic lift arm and then a 3 stud long half lift arm and connect 2 stud long axles into the technic axle holes on the sides. Then slide that through the last holes there and connect it on with another 1x3 technic lift arm that's half thick. So altogether here it is 2 blocks thick. Now take a 2 stud long technic lift arm that's also half thick and attach a 2 stud axle into it. Now we're going to go skip 4 studs, and then on that 5th one we're going to insert that into there. We're going to take another one of those axle and lift arm combinations and we're going to attach it like so. With that now on, we need to take 2 rubber bands. These are just generic rubber bands, and we're going to stack them together like so. So now it's just 2 rubber bands. And we're going to temporarily remove this, but what we need to do is take our rubber bands, we're going to stretch them so they're pretty flat, and we're going to hold them against our lift arm. Now we're going to take this and we need to place it on here, and we're going to stretch those so that way they're laying flat. Now we can see that we have 2 loops on this side and 2 loops on that side, and if we grab all 4 loops, like so, we can pull those, and it pulls on that axle, and thus pulls on the lift arm. Now, we're going to flip this around, we're going to remove our 1x4 on the back side here, and this is going to slide in like so. Now, we need to connect all 4 of these loops to our axle. So we're going to remove the one without the stopper, and then we can take this, go through the first 2. We're going to pull down the trigger here, so pull that down, push, we'll call it the plunger, all the way through, so that way it's not snapping back at you. And we can place that back and put our technic brick back on as well. So Now, if we release the trigger, so it's okay to be rubber banded on, and if this piece popped out, just rotate it back to where it would be going up through that gap, like so. Now we can see that when we pull this back and we're holding it down, then the trigger pops up and stops this until we pull the trigger. This then gets launched that way because of the rubber bands. Now, to stop it from going completely inside the gun, we're going to use a 3-stud long axle, and then an axle connector. Let that slide all the way through, then another axle connector here. That acts as your handle. Then we can place our 1x4 back on top there. So now if we hold this right here, we can pull this back, trigger goes up, pull the trigger, and it would launch it. Don't let it launch quite yet, as it'll probably just break everything. Now let's take a 2x8 plate, and that's going to go on the back side there. And then we're going to use one more of those on the back side as well. Now take a 4-stud long Technic brick with the 3 holes, and that's going to go right here. So we're going to skip 4 studs on that side, it's 3 on that side, and we're going to use these Technic pins where it has a Technic pin on that side, and then 2 long axle on that side, and that's going to go in the furthest 2 holes. Now we're going to add some decorational and pieces that kind of help the scope. We're going to use a 2-stud long wedge piece. If you don't have these, you can use a different wedge piece or a tile, whatever makes it look best out of your collection. And then I'm using a 2x4 ramp on the back here. If you don't have that slope, you can use a brick or whatever you'd like. Now I'm using a 1x4 plate right there, and another 1x4 plate right there. Then I'm using a 1x2 tile and 2 cheese slopes facing inside. Those again are optional, although you do need the plates. Now we're going to use a 4x6 plate on top to cap all of that off. Then we can take a jumper plate, so it's a 1x2 tile plate with just the 1 stud in the center. Then use a 1x1 brick with a Technic hole in it. Then use a pin to axle connector, so the pin goes in the brick. Then the axle connects to this wheel. If you don't have this wheel, you can just take the scope off or whatever works best for you. I have it, so I'm going to place it there. And now when we look down it, whatever's in there is what the dart will hit. With that now done, I'm going to use this tube piece as decoration as well. So it's going to go into there, and then it's going to go into that hole back there. So once it's in that back hole, then we can place this back on. With that now on, let's build the lower section. To begin, we're going to use 2 2x4 bricks, one there and one there. And then we're going to use another 2x4 in the center going the other way for strength, and a 1x4 right there. Now we're going to build this. If you don't have these slopes or orange, you can instead just build this. It's a little blockier. While this looks better, this is a lot easier to make. So we're going to start out with this, but if you have these pieces, you can build that. Begin with a 2x4, then a 1x4, and another 2x4. Then take another 1x4 on top. So we just have a 3x4. Do that 2 times, and we're going to overlap our bricks so it's strong. Then we're going to flip it and place it on like so. While this is technically done, I'm going to remove this, and instead I'm going to add 2 slopes, one here and one here, and then 3 stacked 2x4s onto the back of that. Now I'm going to use a 1x4, then another 1x4, and then a 1x2, and then I'm going to use a 1x2 with an axle hole there. Into that axle hole, we're going to put a 2-stud long axle that also goes into an axle connector. So now let's slide that into there. Now we're going to use some plates to make this strong on the bottom. You can either use a 4x4, or I'm making my own using some 1x4s and 2x2s, and then I'm going to use another 2x4 on the bottom right there to hold it all together. Now I'm going to use another one of these flexible pieces. It's going to go into our connector there, and then into this connector up here. Now if I reattach that scope, we can flip it around, and it's done. If you wanted this tube piece but didn't have those, we can take this off, and on your last layer of bricks, remove your 1x4 and instead use that 1x2 with the axle piece, and then use two 1x2s there and there. Then you can use the plates on the bottom. That'll connect on here, and then you can connect the tube like so. Optionally, you can add some stickers to it. I'm using some here and some over here, so that way it covers up the Technic pieces. This is also a great spot to hold, so on here and here, when you pull it back. You don't want to hold it from here or else it may break off. Now when we pull this back, the trigger should go up. If yours isn't, like mine isn't here, simply just remove the bottom, including those 2x4s, pull this all the way back, and then we can see that this 1x3 is not in place. So we're going to flip that up like so, and then put the trigger back. So now that 3-stud lift arm is in there. Now when we attach this back and pull it back, now it goes up and stops it. Then when we pull this, it'll shoot. Darts go onto the axles here and there, and then once you pull this back, you can put them into the barrel and fire.